All right, so I think this is recording. Let's take a look at this problem. It's a uniform motion problem. Exactly 1 hour after the Smiths head north on the freeway, the Jones set out from the same point to catch up with them. The Smiths travel 50 miles per hour while the Jones travel 60 miles per hour. How long does it take the Jones to catch up with the Smiths? So let's take a look at what we have here. We have some starting point. So up here, let's draw the Smiths. And what do we know about the Smiths? Well, what about their rate? How fast are the Smiths traveling? And it says that they're going at 50 miles per hour. So down here, let's draw the Jones. And what do we know about the Jones? Well, to catch up to them, it's logical that the Smiths have a 1 hour head start, so the Jones are going to have to drive faster to catch up to them. And down here somewhere is where the two of them are going to meet. Let's say this is the point where the Jones do catch up to them. Now, let's look and see how long each one of them has been driving. It says how long does it take. So how long does it take the Jones? Let's let that be our variable. So the length of time that the Jones were on the road, well, let's call that X, and that has units of hours. Now, what about the Smiths? Well, the Smiths have not been driving the same length of time. Remember, they had an hour head start. They left before the Jones did. So by the time the Jones has caught up to them, they've traveled the exact same length, X hours, but don't forget that 1 hour that they were on the road when the Jones hadn't moved at all. The Jones were still at the starting point. The Jones hadn't even left to go catch up to them. So the total length of time that the Smiths have been on the road is 1 hour longer. All right, so what we want to do then is set their distances equal to each other. The relationship that we have in uniform motion is that distance is equal to rate times time. And in this problem, we know that both of them, although they haven't been driving for the same length of time and they haven't been driving at the same rate, they have traveled the same distance. So there's our equality. There's where we're going to find the relationship to set it equal to each other. We have the distance that the Jones have driven is the same as the distance that the Smiths have driven. And so we want to build off this. Well, we know on the left-hand side that distance is equal to rate times time, and I'm not going to keep changing the colors here. The rate times the time, and that's from the Jones's information, and I need the rate times the time in the information from the Smiths. Well, the rate that the Jones was traveling is 60 miles per hour, and we said let X be the length of time that they're on the road. The rate that the Smiths were driving is slower, but they have been driving on the road 1 hour longer. So now let's solve this for X, and we've let our variable be what they asked for. Sometimes I'll just set up the equation and solve for what I think is easiest, and then look and see, well, hey, was this what they asked for me, or do I have to substitute this number? It's easy to get other information, you know. Um, but anyway, let's solve this for x. Distribute the 50. Subtract 50x from each side. And I have that x is equal to 5. That it took the Jones, that 5 is representing hours, that it took the Jones 5 hours to catch the Smiths. And by how long, I would think that if they would have wanted how far they had driven, then that's a different question. And we could just take this 5 hour, 60 times 5. Hey, they each drove 300 miles. And but it took the Jones 5 hours to catch up. The Jones were on the road for 5 hours. The Smiths, they were on the road for 6 hours. But it's not saying how long were the Smiths on the road. It's saying how long did it take the Jones to catch up to the Smiths? How long? What's the driving time of the Jones? So make sure, be careful, because like I say, if they had asked for the length of driving time that the Smiths were on the road when the Jones finally caught them, we'd have to add 1 hour to this. Hope that helps, and I will talk to you later. Bye.